idea that Welcome in, everybody, to the TK Pod. My name is Tyler Kluver. I was once a Division I football player. I am now a podcaster, fitness coach, and CrossFit athlete, doing all of that as a husband and father of two. This show is an audio journal, a spot for me to vent or ramble about thoughts I have relating to fitness and health, my personal competitive aspirations, business, entrepreneurship, and more. I hope that each show can provide one small bit of value for you, the listener. Regardless, I'm glad you're here. Let's have a day. Let's go. It's good to get that coffee in, dude. Was never a coffee guy, but dude, rip me up a latte and let's get that day going. Come on. It's not even the caffeine. I'm not a caffeine high responder. I am potentially a non-responder. Are there people that don't respond to caffeine at all? Probably not. Caffeine non-responder. I'm sure there's some like genetic anomalies where like caffeine just doesn't affect somebody or they don't have the receptors. Caffeine non-responder is an individual who experiences little to no noticeable effects from caffeine consumption. That's me. I would actually classify myself as that person, but man, the little taste of the espresso, just a little bit of chocolate sauce, and an espresso. Dude, come on now. Short podcast today. Got things to do, got places to be. One of those would be the Lake of the Ozarks. We are going on a 5-day mini vacation to the wife's, not really the wife's, the in-laws' lake house down in Lake of the Ozarks, hold on a second, Gravis Mills, Missouri. Beautiful spot. Anybody who's familiar with the Ozarks, it is quite literally dead straight across from Coconuts, the like restaurant, bar, party spot at the lake. I believe it's on mile like it's a low mileage point. It's like mile 4 or something like that. I don't know. But that's where we go at least once a year. Sometimes twice a year. Since we've had kids, it's only been once a year. A little harder to get down there. Travel is shitty, all that stuff. But we are going this week. We were going to go next week. We had all this planned. And then that house is shared between 2 different families within the family. And figured out that they're going next week. So we changed our plans. We're going to go this week. And that's good. We get it out of the way. Still going to go for the same amount of time, all that good stuff. But we are going to quickly close in on August, which is a busy season for myself. The podcast, the main podcast, the one on the YouTube. If you're not on the YouTube, by the way, look at the beautiful backdrop. Go to the YouTube, check out the TK Pod on YouTube. Just search my name and podcast behind it. Why was I saying that? I have no idea. Where was I even going? I completely just lost my train of thought. The Wash Up Walk-On's backdrop. That's the main gig around here. That gig is going to pick back up here very quickly. We're in our summer schedule right now, which is 1 podcast a week, but we will be moving back to our normal 2 episodes a week very soon. And then soon after that, it will kick up and go to 3 episodes a week, and we'll add an additional Patreon podcast as well. The in-season schedule is busy. Basically, through the holidays, we will do a 5 shows a week. It's basically a daily show, tinkering with the idea of a 6th mini show, like a post-game kind of instant reaction kind of thing over there. So for any of the Hawkeye football crossover fans, those are some inside baseball details on what that looks like. Needless to say, it gets very busy. Doing a podcast a day is a lot of work, and ramping that operation up to its max output during the 4 busy football months of the year is obviously important. And that comes that's coming in basically a month. So putting this vacation a little further out from that with time to prepare and get into flow on the work side of things is good. Um, we are going to uh let's see, here's the fun thing, right? And I need this. And I don't even know if I'm gonna get to the topic today. I'm gonna get to this. I'm gonna do the topic another time. We're just gonna talk about a couple things that have happened. That coffee though. I did something in that I've never done in the gym, and in fact, we've done a couple of these recently, right? Something that's never happened before in my lifting career. We've set 3 PRs recently. 350 power clean, 280 snatch, 480 deadlift. All great things. All things I've never done in the gym before. Well, last Saturday, 4 days ago, um, we had another first in the gym, and not one that you want to happen. Honestly, a pretty scary one. I'm okay. After the fact, we're all good. Nothing was ever actually that big of a deal. But this certainly has been a big deal for some people. If I was in a traditional gym, a box gym, a public gym with security cameras, this would be a video that goes on the internet. That would have turned into a meme, a viral video. Um, 2005, maybe 2006 was the first time I ever picked up a barbell and started lifting weights. Got interested in it to get bigger and stronger for football. I was going to be going into middle school, and I wanted to get ahead of the game, and I started doing some very simple lifting. Probably the first true lift I ever did was a bench press. In my memory, my dad, who had access to the weight room at the high school because he was a coach, sat me down on the bench press first, and that's the first lift we ever did. And so I quite literally have been lifting on a bench for longer than any other thing I've ever been doing. It's almost been 20 years of bench pressing. Um, in those nearly 20 years, never had an issue with getting hurt or feeling uncomfortable on a bench or anything like that. And on Saturday, for the first time in my life, the bar slipped out of my hand and fell on my chest. That's fun. Had 275 on the bar, so it wasn't light. Um, if you've benched long enough, you've brought the bar down and paused it on your chest. Maybe even just like just if you're being a weirdo or a gym bro, over the course of time, at some point you've kind of like rested it on your chest and just felt that weight. Um, when 275 drops on your chest, it's a bad deal. It's a bad deal. That hurts a lot. Fortunately, I'm physically, I mean, this is not what you train for, but I'm pretty physically fortified as a human. And so I took the hit. I you know, I it startled me. It shocked me. The bar is sitting on my chest, and I'm like, holy shit, did that just happen? How did it even happen? Right. The whole thing with benching is that you never suicide grip. And for those that are watching, you'll understand. For those that are listening, I'll try to describe it. You always want to wrap your thumb around the bar. And what that does is it puts that bar in the crease of the thumb, kind of sits it on that thumb shelf, and that's what keeps it from slipping out of your palms. Because when you're pushing really hard, the bar, like your fingers can slip off of it. But if it's sitting in that J hook of your thumb, you're fine. S I was doing that. I did not have my thumb unwrapped. Still somehow that bar dislocated my thumb, and my thumb is probably what took the brunt of this damage. It dislocated my thumb, fell out, and obviously after it's out of one hand, the other hand can't hold on to it, and it, came crashing down onto my chest, onto my torso. And then I had to figure out how to get it off, so I did the whole, like, I got my hands under it, I'm under adrenaline rush now. I tip it to one side. I never use clips in the garage just in case for this scenario. So I tip it to one side. The weights kind of slide off. That lets me get the other side off, and then I sit it forward eventually. And I just sit there and I'm like, what in the fuck just happened? Like, what is going on? Um, for about a day, my chest really hurt. It was more contusionary. Not sure if that's a word, but like bruising or like kind of deep bruising on my pecs and my sternum, my chest plate. That's pretty much gone away. And what really kind of hurts is my thumb. You can still kind of see it. I don't know if the camera can see it. This right thumb is significantly more swollen, basically from tip all the way down into the insertion on the side of the hand. So that was fun. Scary, something that's never happened. And 275 isn't necessarily like crazy weight. It wasn't like a PR. Like I'm 50 pounds off my PR there. So I don't know what happened. Crazy, just one-off thing. Then yesterday, I'm moving a dumbbell around after the workout. Workout's over, right? Slide a dumbbell over to like put it in its place, and I didn't get my foot out of the way, and the dumbbell just jams itself right into my big toe. Um, any harder, and it could have potentially just ripped that toenail up off the toe and just like. But fortunately, it was just like I just bent it back, like when you jam your finger and your nail gets bent back a little bit. There was a little bit of blood. All of this to say, it's the middle of the summer. I'm doing workouts half-ass. I'm cutting EMOMs by 40% in the middle of the workout because I don't have the juice to keep going. Um, the in the gym fitness right now has just been there's just been something off. And that's outside of like, yes, I've been hitting a couple PRs, but otherwise the flow and the continuity between training pieces and like my direction, my motivation, some of just the weird stuff like the bar falling on my chest. Like there's just been an off vibe, and so going to the Ozarks is going to be a nice little reset because it'll be 5 days where I will not have access to my home gym. Down there is like a gym here or there if you get close to a larger populated area where you could find like a CrossFit gym, but like it's a drive and you're up and down out of the hills and like it's not really worth it. Plus you're on vacation. So like what are you going to do? So what I usually do is I take a medicine ball, I take the wall ball, I take a dumbbell, and then there's some, you can run out there in the hills of Missouri and it makes for good running. And then you can also swim. So I'm going to be getting a good break from the in gym traditional training, and we are going to get a nice. We're going to leave tomorrow, Thursday, travel day, no workout. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I will hit one workout a day. Those 3 days, and then Monday we'll travel back, and there will be no workout that day either. So I'll get 3 days, three workouts where there's no barbell, there's no like, hey, here's your programming. It's just DIY, create your own fitness, um, get out of the gym, get into nature, go for a walk, go for a run, go for a swim, kind of stuff. And I'm pretty excited about that. So, um, already got a couple ideas in mind. I always do one swimming workout, and I'll probably do, I think Saturday, I will probably do a long, low intensity, like zone 2 run. Um, it's a nice road, an area to run in. Um, and I'll probably do zone 2 run, 45 to 60 minutes on Saturday. We'll probably do like the swimming workout on Friday. And then on Sunday, there's always some good workout I can put together with like sprinting and dumbbell snatches and wall balls, burpees, stuff like that. So excited to go do that and get away. And this will be the one vacation probably that we take this year. So 5 days, get away, have fun. Um, that's about it. Disc golf wise, I don't know if I touched on it last week, but 2 weeks ago I got to play with my brothers. We went to Waterford, which is quickly becoming like a second home course, if you want to call it that. Shot 4 down. 5 down is my record. Austin, the brother that's really into disc golf, beat me. He shot 5 down. Um, I left several shots on the table, but also played pretty average. Hadn't played, like I said, in like a month since baby was born, and I felt pretty good playing. To shoot 4 down, I felt pretty decent. And Zach played as well. Zach did not play well, plus 4 or something like that. No, like plus 1. Um, and um, Disc golf wise, I'm actually going to be taking my disc golf bag with us down to the Ozarks and playing at one of the courses down there, which is fun because when you travel, you get to potentially play a course that you've never played and you might never play again. Um, and I love the idea of checking off courses and just playing as many as I can. So um, that'll be fun. Uh, Looking forward to a nice 5 days of there's some relaxation. Some of it is when you have kids that are the ages of our kids. It's just there's some hectic stuff going on with travel and sleep schedules and new locations, but part of the deal. Um, Good little vacation. By the time we get back, it's going to be the 21st, 22nd. We're damn near going to be in August, and like I said, that's when things really start to ramp up. So um, that's what my life looks like right now. Maybe take this. Maybe your one little nugget today is get out of the gym. Go do fitness somewhere else. Go apply your fitness in a way that isn't just cut and dry in a box with a barbell and a squat rack. Go use it to do something. Right. Use your fitness outside in nature, in life, and don't just be a gym rabbit. That's all I got. Thank you guys for being here. Oh, by the way, the Walk On Fitness daily training program has officially relaunched on Fitter. So if you guys are interested, go to I guess go to my social media page and you'll be able to find the link through there. My Twitter definitely has it. It's got a pinned tweet. You can go through the link or just hit me up in the DMs. It it is you will not find balanced strength and conditioning programming for the average person that can be done at home for a cheaper price anywhere on earth. You just will not find it. So that's what I'm trying to provide. Excited to get that going, ramped up, and built back up into something special and viable, financially for me. Um, Always got a lot of irons in the fire. So again, we'll see you guys next week when we're back from vacation. Have a good one.